What's going on, guys? Welcome back again to the channel. This is Asa Studio, and this is his channel for photographers, music producers, and so much more. Today, we're in Capture One again with another tutorial on how to edit portrait. Now, let's jump right into what we have without talking much. Well, sometimes you just see some photos and you just see, oh, what do you want to do to the photo? Like you see, it's very hard. Sometimes you just feel like, oh, this photo is actually done. No, so much can be done. Even after editing, so much can be done. But I would have loved to use Photoshop to edit this one, because I actually want to bring out the beauty of this, this um is a eyebrow, or what's they call it, yeah, eyebrow. And sometimes the hair is just stealing the shine of the image, and the background, kind of too bright and the rest of. So not actually done anything. So now, looking at the histogram, not enough information on the blacks, not enough information in the white either. So definitely we are not actually using this white and highlight. For me, everybody have what they use, what they want. So you can see it's just, now let's go back. Although taking it up is actually, just bringing it down. Now let's do what we just did. Now bringing it down, you can see that the skin tone is not actually, uniform. We have some reddish parts, we have some blacks, we have some, places that we are not actually in need of. So focusing more on this side, is still a little bit on the highlight, which is this order. I can't zoom in on that. So let's, if we bring back the brightness, we're actually pushing it back. I feel like anything I see on this toolbox, I actually like pushing the brightness, because I can actually bring up the highlights and then I get more, just kind of this dodging and burning of a thing. So let's not do it directly on the photo. Let's create a new folder, new fill layer this time around. Now we're going to adjust whatever I want to adjust on that before starting to fix, the image itself. So let's see what we want to do. I want to push back the blacks so we can have more information. Of course, we have no blacks there, too much. So bring down the shadows just a bit, like I said. Now I want to focus more on the eyebrow for the blacks. So I want that, dark feel on her, so you can see the before and after. So I will take it, that's too much, just 13, and just start with the little one first before you start, going deep on that. So just a little adjustment brings back, that eyebrow and her eyes. So this time around, you want to look at her eyes directly instead of the hair, the one we have before that it's actually bright. You must, not a must, depend on what you feel. So let's continue. Now I'm going to decrease the brightness so I have no more depth, and then I'm going to increase the highlight. So I'm kind of doing something like dodging and burning. I don't want to go too far, just 13, and let's increase the white a little. So now we are looking directly to our eyes and sometimes our hair, of which we are going to also fix that soon. So let's do some more, let's leave it at 10, something like so. Okay, so let's say quick before and after. Just before and after. So I actually brought it down. I want to check with the before and the after. So the blacks are just too much right there. I'm going to bring it all the way up. I guess that's a shadow, not black. So just the shadows. I'm going to bring it all the way up. Just -5. And then the brightness, bring it all the way to 8. I just want smaller difference. So the white, I'm going to bring it back to like 10. I don't want something different from the original one. So we have this, and then we have this, we have this, and then we have this. So let's continue. Create a new layer. This one, overall adjustment, exposure, so we can know where we're coming from. Do we need white balance, just like how we did in our last video? I don't think I do. I just want to continue. So new empty layer, and then I'm going to select the skin this time. So name this one skin, enter. Let's select the skin. So hit the magic brush tool, and then we select the skin. All right, so I've selected the skin, and I'm going to hit M to show that. But one thing I want you, why I didn't actually remove the selection is because you can see that the part of the skin is actually uh, also selected with the air. And that's why sometimes when you look at how you actually, sometimes you want to look at the air. Air is actually dragging the focus of the lady. And one thing that the problem is because you see this side is not actually saturated, and the front here is actually saturated more than the ones at the side, and that's what we're going to do, decrease the saturation of the air. You can see this side is actually having more like details. You can actually see it, but it's actually just there. I just feel like it's just one of the problem that is actually there, and it's actually dragging the skin tone. So hitting them on the keyboard, I'm actually going to remove it with the eraser, max eraser tool. I'm going to expand it, and then I'm going to erase it from the air. So let's expand and then clean. I don't want to see it. I just want to adjust the skin texture. So just like so. And one thing about Capture One, it's just I just like the brush tool because sometimes it just detects the edge for you, and then you just clean and nothing more. All right, so to get it off from the flowers just a bit, even though you can get everything off. So sometimes I wish we can have the -2 on the mask to remove them apart from the brush tool. I don't know if there is any, but let's continue M on the keyboard. Now let's go to the color editor tool and go to the color skin tone panel. Pick the eyedropper tool. Let's look for where we want the skin tone to look like. Oh, come on. Sometimes I like the way the end is, but it's just too bright, of which I can actually figure out how it looks. But I feel like somewhere here always carries the right color. So you can see a nose right here and watch this thing. Once it falls right in this angle, that's the skin tone for me. I don't know about others. So let's pick somewhere here. So I'll pick somewhere on the nose, still the same. So just pick the average, keep on clicking. Pick somewhere different, it's going to go there. So just the nose for me feels like wow. See, didn't even change. Okay, so not much of a difference. I'm just gonna pick somewhere like the fresh nose, tip of the nose, and then I'm gonna expand it out and zoom out. So now I want all the color of our skin to look like that. So hitting M on the keyboard, everything is actually selected. Is our lip selected too? No. So let's go back down, increase the hue, uniformity of the hue, and boom, that takes care of almost everything we are facing. So we have this and then we have this. Is she blushing? If she is, take it down a little, and then till you have the blush back. So not everybody's 100% perfect, but I think 50% sometimes always work. So let's see before and then after. No one wants to see this. It's just too perfect. Skin is just too perfect. But I like it, so I'm going to take it back. Yeah, just a bit, 60%. All right, so that looks okay to me. Now you can actually even out the lightness because this sound is actually bright. So even out the lightness till you get it the way it actually is. So I feel like this is actually okay. So you can't just you see that it's actually brighter than the air, and you must actually focus on the face. So no matter how you look at the air, it actually drags you down. So just a little bit. I'm gonna take it back and use this one also. You can see the difference between the two of them. So bringing this one up just a bit. Look at the photo as you edit. Don't just, push the slider. I feel it's actually okay now. And now, the saturation knob. You can actually increase the saturation, uniformity of the saturation. And then we have this sweet uniform look. Bringing back the hue. If I want to leave it like this, I think I like it like this. Sometimes I bring it back. I don't like taking it forward because it just brings this yellow, yellowish color kind of thing, of which even though if we reset it, it's already there. I'm bringing it back, we bring it like this, American kind of skin tone, just, like this one. But this time around, I feel like, oh, I don't want this one, but I like it. So bringing it up. Still okay. I'll bring it back. I like bringing it back. I want that one. Yes, this one especially. That fits the blue eyeball. All right, enough of that. So now let's select the air. I feel like that is actually okay. If you want to smoothen it out, your choice. Okay, so let's see the before and then the after. So you see how awesome that looks. If you want to decrease the lightness of this end, up to you. If you don't, up to you. So let's see. But I like trying things out. So let's name this one and then let's pick up the magic brush and then let's select the and. So and has been selected, as you can see. And just to confirm if I'm recording, yeah, I'm recording. All right, so and has been selected. Now what we need to do is to decrease. So let's over it. On the histogram, I think it's the highlights we need to decrease. So let's go to the exposure tool because it falls on this box. I just find it interesting. Highlight or white. So whichever one. I think the white works fine. Let's try the highlight. Now, like I said, I don't like using the bright because I feel like anyone at this point is actually, just the brightness. You see, that's also work. But I find the I think because this one actually falling, yeah, on okay, yeah, on the box. Let's decrease the highlight and see what we have. So highlight. Which one is preferable? Brightness. Brightness looks calmer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the brightness. Highlight. The two looks the same, isn't it? Yeah. But for me, I think I'm gonna go with the highlight. Just decrease the highlight a little. Okay? Just because it falls on the side. So you can see now it's actually pushing it backwards than this one. So bringing it backwards. Oh, scraping that sharp edge. The sharp edge. So let's go back to the brightness. Let's see. Also creating the sharp edge. I feel like the two is actually the same. Let's not waste time over it. I'm going to choose the highlight instead and bring it down just like so. Just a little bit. Okay, let's push this one just back just a little bit. Okay, so that is that. Now it's actually fitting unlike this one which is too bright and this one which is also too dark. Take it back a little, take it back a little. Okay, so let's see before and then after. So we have something okay, looking okay and real right now. Okay, so now let's work on the air. So click a new empty layer and this time around I'm going to select the air. So I've selected the air, so you can see other parts that is also selecting. It means the air is actually competing with those parts. I'm also going to select the highlights of the air because I want to work with everything. Now let's see where else is actually going to select. It's going to select the whole skin this time around. Okay, so that is done. You can see some other part of the skin is actually selected except this side. So I'm going to use the eraser tool and then I'm going to erase from those side. I don't want it. I don't want it on the skin. Leave the skin alone. That is where I actually don't play with. Okay, so just the air and then Capture one is going to do a great job for us. I feel like I've spotted an error, which we're going to fix that, which is this side of the image. Okay. All right. So now let's move on. Hit M on the keyboard. You know, you can, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to rename this air, and we're just working as fast as we can. Saturation is what I want to go first for. Just the saturation. Yeah. So now it's actually equal with everything. If you want to increase that a little bit, 7, I'm going to choose just like that. So let's see just the before and then after. You can see that side is actually saturated. You need to see just a little bit. So let's see, it's actually blending with that. Just reduce it just a bit. Okay, like 10 to 11. Don't want to make it stand out. All right, so that is that for the air. I want to fix this place, so let's go to the skin. Yeah, let's hit M on the keyboard, not the skin, M for the skin. So we didn't cover that side. So I'm going to decrease and choose the brush tool, decrease the size, and I'm going to select that side just like that. Okay, so let's hit M on the keyboard and let's see. We're gonna try. Okay, that looks okay, unlike before. Okay, so I'll actually bring it to Photoshop and then blend it. That's what I like to do. Okay, so that I want to work on the blue eyes. On the eyes. So let's go up, create a new layer, empty layer, the brush tool, and what I want to do, brush tool. Yeah, brush tool. Now let's select the eye. So the eye has been selected. Just took the brush, not magic brush tool, to select that out. And I want to focus more on the blues, the blue part of the eye. So I'm just going to increase the saturation. So we have some nice looking blue eyes. So if that's not actually enough, crank it all up and then bring it back down. So you can actually see that it's actually bringing some. I don't want that. So I'm just going to reset that, bring it up the way up just a little bit. And let's remove it from the edge. So just like hit M on the keyboard, I want to focus more. So it's this one, then remove it from some parts of. Come on, remove. There's no time to slow down. Okay, so we have that. We have this one, removing it from part of the eyes. Okay, and that's why I like capture one. So I'm going to turn it off, turn it on. Let's see, double M, increase let's see before and after. So just a little bit blows on the eyes. I'm going to crank it all up, no problem. It's not affecting anywhere. So I'm just going to go to the clarity tab and then put in some structure and boom. So it's going to actually draw you closer just a little bit. 9. All right, so let's keep on doing what we like doing. I would like to select the eyeball this time around. So this one, the iris. Next one, select empty layer. And sometimes you just feel like, oh, it's not necessary. It's actually necessary. So this one is for the eyebrow. The eyebrow or just eye. Well, just where I want to select, please. I can't just keep. I selected M to view. Right, good, great. Okay, so like I said, I want that to enhance that because I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit M. This is a few steps I will gonna actually do. So increase the structure. Yeah, so increasing the structure, and this time I'm going to decrease the black just a bit. Yeah, I want to focus more. I want to focus more on her eyes. just her eyes. You can't do without looking at her eyes. And I can actually add some mask to, you know, M on the keyboard. So let's paint over some places just like so. So it's M on the keyboard, and then we have this one. Okay, so if you feel like, oh, it's actually too much for me, I like it like that. You can also, do for the lips. I'm just going to go to the iris and then copy some saturation on the lips, just like so. So if it's too much, I'm actually going to reduce it. So that's looking too much to me. It's X. Oh, sorry, I thought it's actually Photoshop. Okay. Let's continue with the brush tool. This one, I'm going to erase it from this side. M, it's not even there. So let's go. Let's decrease the the saturation of that. Just when we have it really, very real. Okay, I'm going to take it back a little, like 20 or 30. So that looks okay to me. Yeah, so now let's work on the background. We're going to still come back to the image. So create another new empty layer, and this time we're going to select the background. And this is to make the image pop out finally. So magic, and then I'm going to increase the refine edge. And now I'm going to select. Alright, so I've selected the background. I'm going to hit M on the keyboard. Now it looks like the background is actually far away from us. Let's hover it. So it's actually at the exposure side, not the eye. So I'm just going to decrease the exposure. I mean the brightness. Just a little bit. I'm pushing it back, but it seems like nothing is actually happening. Something is actually happening. But if you want to take it more further, you can actually decrease the exposure, but I don't want that. Doesn't look right to me. Even if we take it just a little bit low, I don't like it. So I just want something real, which is the brightness. And I think that is enough. We can decrease the blacks and the shadows, which is actually going to bring out the image. So one more thing, we can actually work on the flowers, but I don't like working on the flowers. It's just working on the flowers will divert their attention if I'm going to make it saturated. So let's create the last fill layer, and this time just contrast, to give more dodging and burning of the thing, but not too much, just a bit. Contrast 2 to 1, and then we are there. No, it's okay. There's no need for saturation. Is there any need? I feel like it's actually saturated already. But let's try. That's why I said it's actually saturated already. Okay, but I feel like if there's a way to tell if something is actually too saturated to be actually nice. So I won't go for 5, I'll go for something 2. Yeah, it's actually okay for me. So overall before and after, and let's see how far we've gone. So this. See, we didn't actually change the photo that much, just a little bit of adjustment can actually go far and make your image look stunning. So if you also want to increase the structure, sometimes I like doing that, increasing the structure, just bring out more details in the picture. So not too much, just 10 is enough. Sometimes I go for 15, but I like using just 10. So let's look at before and then after. Wow, amazing, right? Yeah, so that's how I'm going to edit my image in Photoshop. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want more what we update more about. I will post more of our videos. You want to get notified, hit the notification button. If you are free, did I say free? Sorry, if you're new. Yeah, if you're new and you want to get updated and you want to know when we post, just hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, share, hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for watching to the end. See you in our next video in Capture One, where we're going to edit another stunning video or stunning portrait rather. All right, thank you so much for staying tuned. This is ASAS Studio. So